Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all having a super amazing week. So I wanted to do another tutorial for hooded eyes. So this is what I came up with. I've really been inspired with blue since that whole KKW and Mario eye palette came out. So I actually looked through my collection, and one of my Anastasia palettes, this was I don't think this was a permanent one. It was their Shadow Couture World Traveler palette. And they have a pretty blue right there. So I used this palette, guys, to create this halo look. But I'm going to a little bit detail of where to place your transition colors. So it is more geared towards hooded eyes, but if you don't have hooded eyes, you would kind of do the same exact thing. So yeah, I hope you guys really like it. I think it came out really pretty. I love the halo eye. And yeah, I feel like the blue is super popular right now, so that's why I wanted to do that. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please subscribe to my channel at the end. And yeah, if you want to see how I created this blue eye, then keep watching, guys. Alright guys, so we are going to start off just by putting a color all over the lid. So I'm going to go in with Soft Peach right there. And I am just going to put this all over the lid on both eyes. This just helps create an even surface for us to apply our eyeshadow. I mentioned this in almost all my videos why I do this. If you use an eye primer, you want to do this. It helps prevent any skipping, especially if it was more of a tacky eye primer. And it just helps your transition colors and everything blend nicely. Alright, so we have that basic color on there. Now I want to add something in the crease, so I'm going to take that orange shade right there, which is called Morocco, and I'm going to put that into my crease. I'm going to take my Morphe E27, which is my fluffy brush, and if you guys have been watching some of my videos, I use a lot of the same brushes over and over again because I know they work and I don't want to have to try out new brushes and my looks not come out how I want them to, so that's why I use a lot of the same brushes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this on my brush. These are very pigmented, these palettes, so you definitely want to start off light and build up the intensity. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting some of this into my crease. So, since I'm showing you how to do eyeshadow on hooded eyes, I'm going to be a little bit more descriptive. So, when I say put this in your crease, you want to put it in this noticeable crease right here. But when you have hooded eyes, when you open your eye, and if mine are like totally relaxed, you can see how this initial area right here starts to get covered when I open my eye. So when I put this into my crease, I'm going to put it where it is and above it. So in reality, when you have hooded eyes, you want to put your transition colors or your crease colors above that crease. So this is hard here. That's like my brow bone, but I'm still going to put the color up there. So when you have hooded eyes, you want to put it right where the crease is and above it. And then you want to buff it out. Like so. So now when I close my eye, I want to be able to see that orange color there. If you put it in your crease and then you open your eyes and totally relax, and if you can't see any of your crease color, bring it up higher. So that's what you want to do. I'm going to do the same on this side here. I'm going to put it right in that crease and above it. And I mostly actually put it above it. I don't put the brush there. I put it up above it because I already know that's my eye shape and I know it needs to be higher. Stop what you're doing and look at yourself in the mirror, totally relaxed. And if you can't see the color, bring it up higher. I always say start off with less and build up, so I'm going to add a little bit more because I want to add up the intensity of that color. I'm still doing it in the same exact spots. I'm just going to build it up a little bit. My eye's like kind of open. See, like my eye's open here, and I'm gonna put that crease all in here. And the reason why I have mascara on, guys, I actually was at my internship earlier and I just put mascara on and face makeup. I didn't do eye makeup, so that's why I have mascara on. All right, so I've got this color where I want it, and I can still see it when my eye is totally closed, okay? So now I'm gonna start deepening that up just a smidge. I'm gonna go in with the brown color underneath it, which is called Fudge. So I'm going to now go in with a smaller blending brush. This is another Morphe brush. And I'm gonna dip into Fudge. And I'm gonna now not bring it up as high. I'm gonna stick it right in that crease and blend it out. Because when your eyes are open and you like lift up your eyebrows, it's making it seem like you have a lot of space, but then once you start closing, you don't. So you can see here, I'm putting this brown in here, you can clearly see it, and I'm gonna open my eye, and you can see how much of that stuff gets covered. So I'm just gonna make sure you can see a little bit of the brown peeking through, mostly that first transition color. Do the same thing on this side. Also, if you have hooded eyes, because I'm gonna do a halo eye today, I'm not gonna do that technique where it goes up like that, where I have it more elevated. I did that in my past hooded eye video. I'll put a card to it up above there on the screen so you can click on it if you wanna open that up. But today, I'm just gonna keep it more diffused around the edges, but just keep in mind, if you go like this, don't bring the eyeshadow down far down in this area, because if you have hooded eyes, they're already kind of like drooping. You don't want to have a bunch of eyeshadow down in this area because then it's going to drag your eye down even more. So I would keep it at the angle that it is. We're just not going to have that sharp line today, but don't bring it down far. You will very rarely see me do winged liner on this channel, unfortunately, just because it does not look good on my eye shape. So I'm just building up this brown a little bit more. Once I have that brown in there like I want, I'm gonna go back in with that E27. I'm just gonna blend over the two. I'm not adding any color. Just wanna make sure they're nice and blended. So the key with hooded eyes is just making sure the color is brought up higher so you can see it. Now you can see, like, as I like talk and stuff, you can start to see how it's like folding in there. Like you can see like that wrinkle right there, guys. So when I if my eyes are totally relaxed, you only see a little bit of my lid. So even though we're gonna put color all on this, by the time I open them, you don't see a lot of the color. Obviously it's more noticeable when you look down and stuff like that, but it's not as noticeable as I would want it to be. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take a shader brush. Let's go in with, just gonna go in with this brush here. I'm gonna take that beautiful blue color, and I'm gonna start putting it on the outer edge. Now typically if I work with colors like this, I don't do my foundation first, just because I do not want fallout with these colors. So I'm just gonna pack this on the outer edge here. Such a pretty color. I don't use blues often, but when I do, I love them. Same thing on this eye. I'm gonna put it on the outer corner here. So now with what's on this brush, I'm just gonna link these two together at the top here. So at the top, it goes all the way around and then we have that space. Now I'm just gonna take that brush that I had used with those browns. I'm just brushing over the top here. I'm gonna go in with the pink, and I'm gonna swirl my brush into that. This is my favorite color in the palette. I've used so much of it. We're gonna put that in the middle. I have a little bit of fallout, so I'm just gonna take a brush and just dust away any of that. All right, so now we're gonna do our lower lash line. I'm gonna go ahead and put some liner in my lower lash line. So now I'm gonna take a pencil brush, and I really wanna put that blue on the lower lash line. I really wanna emphasize the blue color. So I'm gonna take a pencil brush, I'm gonna dip it in the blue. We're gonna put that under the lower lash line. Now I'm going to take my Too Faced Diamond Highlighter because it kind of has a bluish hue to it, and I think it'll look gorgeous on the inner corners. So I'm going to keep using that pencil brush. I'm going to dip into this. Look how beautiful that is. You know, I think I'm going to put some on top of this as well. Ooh, so pretty. Just adds like shine. So now, before I move on, a trick. Let's say you think you brought your eyeshadow down too far, you think it's looking sloppy. What you can do is take some loose powder. This is my Laura Mercier. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this concealer brush and I'm gonna dip into my powder here. And then I'm gonna carve out where I want the eyeshadow to be cleaned up. So I'm still gonna give myself a little bit of that elevated look. So we're gonna let that sit. I wanna highlight my brow bone. So I'm going to go ahead and take that shader brush that I used on the lid, and I'm gonna take some of that pink color, the pink champagne. I'm just gonna put it up here. I'm gonna redo my mascara on the lower lash line. I'm not gonna do falsies today. I'm just gonna add a little bit more mascara. And then to add a little bit more volume, I'm gonna take a liquid liner and I'm gonna draw that on the top lash line to add a little bit more volume. And also when you have hooded eyes, you wanna do thin eyeliner on the top, unless you're doing like a black smoky eye or something where the whole lid's gonna be dark. But the reason why I don't like eyeliner for my hooded eyes is because, like I said, when I close, you're still seeing that blue. You will end up not seeing any of this color here. You'll end up only seeing the eyeliner. So that helps to make your lashes look a little fuller. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that brush again, make sure I don't have any fallout. And now I'm gonna brush away that little bit that I had on the side there. So that's pretty much the final look, guys, for this eye. I think it's really pretty. So I hope you guys like this. Let me know if you thought this was helpful, and subscribe to my channel, guys, before you leave. I hope you guys have an awesome week. Thanks so much.